All right, folks, this is a live Oklahoma weather alert here. William Cole in the Forecast Center. And folks, I tell you what, we are tracking the risk of severe weather the deeper we get into the afternoon here in Oklahoma, primarily down in southwestern Oklahoma. But there's a real risk even across west central, northern, even right here in central Oklahoma. The deeper we get into the evening, moderate risk now of severe weather in southwestern Oklahoma, large damaging hail potential, and also there is some tornado potential, some potential for some tornadic activity as we go into the evening. So what does all of that mean? How could this potentially affect you? We're going to talk about that and more as Oklahoma Weather Live at noon starts right now. All right, folks, and a lot to get to today and some fairly important information for you as well. So definitely, we'll try and break it down as much as possible for you and make sure you're relaying this information also to your friends, family, and loved ones who live in western Oklahoma. This isn't going to be a huge severe weather outbreak day, but there's the potential for some damaging hail and some tornadic activity. And even on those kind of days, this is definitely information you want to know and also, again, want to share with your friends, family, and loved ones as well. So more details on all that here over the next few minutes. Now, as you're stepping out for lunch, it is cloudy here in central Oklahoma, and in fact, we even have a few showers now on the western and northwestern sides of the Oklahoma City metro. So lots of clouds across the state, but check out this little line, this little outflow boundary. You can see it right there in the visible satellite imagery. That's the outflow from the morning storms up in northwestern Oklahoma. That's kind of a push there of some cooler air down into portions of southwestern, west central Oklahoma. That line, that little snake you're seeing right there, that's going to be the focus the deeper we get into the afternoon and into the evening to get some showers and thunderstorms going, along with an area of low pressure moving into Oklahoma. And again, like I said, right now, the way it looks, the risk of severe weather is increasing, especially in that part of the state. So a quick check here of our hyperlapse. Again, this is from downtown Oklahoma City. You can see the cloud cover moving through, and again, some very light showers now on the northwestern sides of town. So here are kind of the pieces of the puzzle that are now coming together again for that opportunity for severe weather the deeper we get into the afternoon. So here's the stalled out outflow boundary. You see it right there, the black dashed line. We also have an area of low pressure across the portions of the South Texas Panhandle. That is also going to be moving up into portions of southwestern Oklahoma, again, as we go through the afternoon. All that kind of combined, kind of that focus right there, again, that's going to be the trigger to get those showers and thunderstorms going. Now, we have other scattered activity that continues to regenerate up in northwestern Oklahoma, and the only thing we kind of have to watch is if this activity really holds together and firms up through the afternoon, that might try and drive that outflow boundary just a little bit further to the south. So again, the positioning can continue to change, and a lot of that has to do with what's currently going on up in northwestern Oklahoma. So here's another look at what's going on up there in northwestern Oklahoma. We have one severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be for Woods and Alfalfa County. That's in effect until 12:30 this afternoon. Other kind of scattered heavier thunderstorms, and then again you see those kind of lighter showers there on the northwestern sides of the Oklahoma City metro. So we'll take a look at all that. First of all, our lone severe storm. Again, this is up here in northwestern Oklahoma, and again you can kind of see this activity fairly scattered up in this part of the state. And again, this was a hail core that basically moved through probably about 20 minutes ago or so. But again, that severe thunderstorm warning there in effect basically again until 12:30 this afternoon. And again, that primarily now up in Alfalfa County. Again, this is going to be east of Cherokee, right around the Jet area, and then other scattered activity back in Woods County, basically from Winoka all the way down through basically the Woodward area, and then more scattered activity down into portions of Ellis County as well. And then as we go just a little bit further to the south, again, north of that boundary, you're seeing that boundary right there in the brown, scattered activity basically from Cheyenne back over through the Weatherford-Clinton area, even north of Sentinel there as well. And then on the far western sides of the Oklahoma City metro, this is going to be far northern Caddo, back through portions of Canadian County. Again, all scattered activity, a little bit of lightning showing up. And then up there, just really to the east of Piedmont, just north of the Northwest Highway, approaching West Edmond, a pocket of moderate rain. Otherwise, outside of that, again, downtown Oklahoma City, down through the I-240 corridor, more even down here through Norman, Again, at least right now it's cloudy, but it is dry. A couple additional scattered showers up around the Stillwater area, and then back to the east there out towards the Yale area. But again, that right there is not really the severe weather that, again, or the storms that would be associated with the severe weather that, again, we're expecting a little bit later on this afternoon. This is just kind of afternoon activity up there in northwestern Oklahoma, but the real potential for rain and storms, it's going to be kind of on the warm sector, the unstable side of that boundary. And again, we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up here in just a second. So big area of low pressure, again, that is west of Oklahoma. You can see this really large area of spin right here, and the rising motion ahead of that area of low pressure now coming out across Oklahoma. Jet stream flow pattern coming right up into Oklahoma. And again, those are all some of the additional ingredients we look at again to get severe weather going. North Norman cam here, this is basically at Flood Street, I-35 in North Norman. Again, you can see it's a fairly cloudy day out there. Again, downtown Oklahoma City, again, taking a look at that. Darker gray clouds. Again, you're seeing some of those light showers there on the northwestern sides of town, and temperatures out there, we'll call them mild to almost warm early this afternoon. 76 in downtown Oklahoma City. Southerly winds a little breezy this afternoon, right around 13 miles per hour. So as we take a look at live numbers across Oklahoma, this is important for this afternoon. First of all, in northwestern Oklahoma, we have upper 50s, lower 60s. So that's on the cooler side of that boundary. There's a very minimal severe weather risk in that part of the state. But on the southern sides of that boundary, again, we're starting to see these mid to upper 70s developing and lifting out of North Texas. This is going to be kind of our warm, unstable sector there in southwestern Oklahoma on the southern sides of that boundary. Again, this will be the area that we're watching. And again, mid 70s for current temperatures, even right here in central Oklahoma, and mid to upper 70s up across portions of northeastern Oklahoma, even some 60s out there in the far western Oklahoma panhandle. So from 73 to right around 75 here in central Oklahoma. That's a rain-cooled 64, though, out there in the El Reno area. And then from 70 to, check that out, even 80 now up there in Chandler, there in southern Lincoln County. So up around T-Town and Green Country here, again, generally 70s now early this afternoon with the 77 there in downtown Tulsa. Already 79 at the Jinx River Walk and a 78 for our friends there at the OSU campus. That OSU temperature will ease off a little bit, again, with those showers currently happening. Okay, so the wind gust and direction map, this is also important today. It also ties into that severe weather potential. So southerly winds, you see them right here coming into portions of southwestern Oklahoma, but look where the winds turn to the north and to the northeast. That's on the back side of that boundary. So again, we kind of have what we call convergence, winds coming from different directions converging there in southwestern Oklahoma, and along with the lift from that upper level storm system, that convergence will also help to maximize, again, getting those storms to rise and getting that thunderstorm activity again to focus and happen again a little bit later on this afternoon. So an updated look at the allergy report here. Really no change from yesterday at all. The tree and the grass pollen, both of those are still red or high. Weed is yellow, and the mold spore count remains green or low. So let's go and put your weather into motion here. This is future radar. We're going to run you now through really the afternoon into the evening. Again, by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there's still that scattered activity up across portions of northern Oklahoma. Again, an isolated severe storm or two could be possible in that part of the state. But again, that's not really the main severe risk that we're tracking again later into the afternoon. I really want you to watch southwestern Oklahoma as we go ahead and put this into motion here. And again, really as we run you through the afternoon, see what forms there by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. These storms will be severe. Some supercell activity possible, large hail possible, and again, even an opportunity for some tornadic activity, again, primarily down there in southwestern Oklahoma. That line of storms tries to approach the Oklahoma City metro by 8, 9, 10, 11 p.m. this evening. Those will shift off into eastern Oklahoma, and even through the overnight period, some additional activity, again, generally in the form of just heavy but non-severe thunderstorms could be possible, again, even right here in central Oklahoma. So let's go ahead and break down all that information now. These are my hand-drawn forecast maps. And again, for today, again, best rain chances across portions of north central Oklahoma, and then redeveloping across portions of southwestern Oklahoma deeper into the afternoon. Southerly winds continue throughout the day. It'll be a fairly gray, cloudy day out there. Temperatures in the 70s and lower 80s across most of Oklahoma. Severe weather risk map, again, moderate risk southwestern Oklahoma, Altus, Lawton, all the way back up through Hobart, and even potentially as far north as the Clinton, Weatherford area. Outside of that, elevated risk going to a slight risk for central, northern, and again, portions of far south central Oklahoma. Opportunity for tornadic activity, it is there, again, as we get deeper into the evening. This is primarily going to be between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. this evening, but I have an area of an enhanced risk. This doesn't mean a tornado outbreak. This doesn't mean we're going to see 50 tornadoes today, but I do think we might see a tornado or two, maybe 3 or 4, again, as we go through the evening, primarily again down in southwestern Oklahoma. And again, 6 out of 10 on my TOR threat level. That's basically a 60% chance of some type of tornadic activity. Again, as we go through the evening, isolated opportunity, even right here into the Oklahoma City metro. Any type of tornadic activity today would have the maximum strength potential, if you will, plus or minus right around EF3. So keep that in mind. And then the other big story today, it's going to be the opportunity for damaging hail. Tennis ball size hail could be quite possible, if almost not likely, down in southwestern Oklahoma. Keep in mind that's large, extremely damaging hail. Do what you have to do this afternoon to protect your property, protect your cars, your boats, whatever you have outside. If you can, if you live down in this part of the state, I would be safe, rather safe than sorry, and go ahead and put those up someplace, again, someplace where they'll be protected from larger hail, because again, that's quite possible, again, as we go through the evening, and again, even damaging hail possible across portions of northern Oklahoma, but a little less probable, if you will, in that part of the state. It primarily looks like it's going to be down in southwestern Oklahoma. An opportunity for damaging winds is there as well. 85-mile-per-hour winds could be possible even with the strongest storm. So keep that in mind. Storm timeline here, again, 4 to 8 p.m., primarily western Oklahoma, 8 to 11 p.m., central Oklahoma, the I-35 corridor. You see it right there. And then as we get into the evening, into the overnight, most of that activity will shift over into portions of eastern Oklahoma. So then as we go through the overnight period, that line of storms we basically track from late this afternoon through this evening. It'll start to kind of fizzle out over in far eastern Oklahoma, but with this boundary stalling across the state tonight, again, even overnight, there's still at least a moderate opportunity for a few additional showers and thunderstorms. Even right here in central Oklahoma, the overall severe weather risk, it does come down as we go through the overnight period. Overnight lows wide ranging from the 50s in the north all the way to still near 70 down in southern Oklahoma. So then as we get into Thursday, we're kind of going to do it all over again, but primarily over in eastern Oklahoma. There could be a few midday showers and thunderstorms here in central Oklahoma as a cold front swings on through with the driving northwesterly wind behind it. But by late in the afternoon, most of the rain chances and the severe weather opportunities will be over in far eastern Oklahoma. But again, as that cold front comes through, you'll definitely notice it again with those driving northwesterly winds and cooling temperatures through the afternoon as well. Severe weather risk tomorrow central, but primarily by late in the afternoon over in eastern Oklahoma. This line will basically shift east throughout the day, again, as that cold front basically rockets on through the state as we go through the afternoon. So an updated look at the 12-day forecast here again for today. We'll call it a 50-50 chance of showers and thunderstorms here in central Oklahoma, even into tonight. Again, not everyone in central Oklahoma will see storms, but there's that opportunity, especially deeper we get into the evening. And again, some severe weather could be possible. Right now in central Oklahoma, primarily hail would be the biggest concern. So keep that in mind. And then overnight tonight, even into at least we'll call it mid-afternoon tomorrow, we'll maintain some storm chances. Cold front comes through early in the afternoon tomorrow. And even though you're seeing that 80 degree afternoon high, temperatures will ease down as that cold front sweeps on through. By Friday, slightly cooler, high of only 72. And for Mother's Day weekend, the all-important Mother's Day weekend, great looking temperatures. In fact, we'll be back to right around 83 by Sunday. Fast moving storm system comes through on Monday with at least a quick shot of severe weather possible. And then folks, the deeper we get into the 12-day, that's a fairly stout end of May weather pattern developing there. Fairly active weather pattern, opportunities for rain and storms on down through the extended. So that's where we are, folks. Again, thanks for joining us here for Oklahoma Weather Live at noon. Of course, we'll be here with you throughout the day, throughout the evening, throughout the overnight. And of course, we'll be tracking that opportunity for severe weather across the state. Our team of trackers, they will also be out this afternoon, and we'll be checking in with them, also looking at their live video throughout the day and talking with them with live severe weather coverage as needed as well. So otherwise, folks, that's where we are. Like I said, we'll be back with you, if not before 4 o'clock. That's our next edition of Oklahoma Weather Live, again today at 4 p.m. and at 7 p.m. If not before then, we'll have updates as needed. Otherwise, keep it here with Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV. We'll keep you up to date with the latest live weather information for Oklahoma.